All right, all quiet on the set, everyone. We are going live in five, four, three, two, one.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Dr. Reese Live. This is episode 122. I am your host, Coach Sean. Alongside with me is Coach Karen in the members room and our beloved Coach Tamra in the socials. Of course, can't forget the Doc. How you doing, Doc?
I'm good. I am on chapter 8 of the new book,
Yeah.
so it's coming.
Yeah, you've been sending us excerpts. I like him.
Yeah. So 2026. I'm sorry, 2025.
I was like, what?
So 8 chapters done.
Mm.
And it is it's a weapon of mass destruction.
So it's going to be a mix of like information and other people's like horror stories.
Yeah, we're probably going to start interviewing people soon to
Mm.
get their medical monopoly stories and then sprinkle that throughout.
Wow. Powerful.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that? Always. Why am I even asking? So today, we wanted to talk about pica and weight loss.
Pica.
I had a question for you just to get things started out.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, have you ever struggled with pica or munchies?
Yeah, I think everyone does at some point.
Mm.
Most certainly. And what a lot of people don't know is it has to do with missing minerals. So if you ever notice in junk food, it's very salty.
Mm.
Well, guess what's in salt?
Minerals.
Minerals. So, the food corporations, they know that. So, if you ever have a potato chip without salt, it tastes very, very different, And, something like cheese puffs or something would probably just taste like foam
Mm.
if there was no if there was no salt,
Yeah.
So, the food corporations know that and they load everything up with sodium and people are munching and munching and munching and munching. They can't stop because they're missing minerals and all of a sudden they're getting minerals. So in essence, it's very much the same thing as an animal on the farm indulging in a salt lick,
Mm-hmm.
which is what farmers put out so that the cows and the sheep and all the animals, the horses, they get extra minerals.
Yeah. But going back to you, like how did you overcome it?
I got minerals.
Really?
Yeah.
You got minerals and then the cravings went away. And
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you're putting the right stuff into your body and you're only eating 2 or 3 times a day, the snacking goes away.
now, like, what advice would you give to people that, like, I guess are just starting out? They didn't quite get on the 90 essential yet, but they're just trying to stop overeating. Is that possible to do? It's like, I know it's the poor for foods, but I know you talk about like simplistic eating, like taking out the love of food, because I feel like food, people consume food for it to be like a source of dopamine. Like
Yeah.
they're not even hungry; they're kind of just bored.
Instead of it being like fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to word the question, but for people that find themselves like in that cross between, trying to stop overeating and cheating and stuff, like sometimes how do you even get past that?
Well, slowly but surely, some people can just cold turkey, but you get off the poor for foods. You make sure you're getting the minerals you need. There's 60 of them. 60 out of the 90 are minerals. And eat 2 or 3 times a day. That's it.
Intermittent fast.
Yeah, it's automatic intermittent fast if you eat 3 times a day. Automatic. And, you'll stop munching.
It's a process.
People are munching because they're missing minerals or they're overthinking. There's just stress in their life. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when you're chewing a lot, your thoughts get more clear. You're sitting there chewing, and you're like, you can really like think while you're chewing. And so it's just it's an unconscious thing that people go through. They don't even realize it.
So it also has a degree of mindfulness in it.
Yep. They wake up at 2 a.m. and they half sleepwalk down in the kitchen, and they get that little fixing of sugar and salt. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wakes up at 2 a.m. and makes a steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody wakes up in the middle of the night and makes some scrambled eggs. They're looking for sugar and salt. And that's going to give them the spike. And it's going to give them an opportunity to think and think and think and think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of wanted, like,
But the original pica that people know, like if you look up pica, it has it's more so people eating weird stuff.
yeah.
Like rocks and crayons. You ever see a kid eating a crayon or a kid eating paper? Some kids try and eat paper. Well, they're just missing minerals. You'd think that they're teething, but they're not. Some people eat clay.
Mm-hmm.
They go outside and start eating the dirt. It's just looking for minerals. Don't forget instinctually we're very animalistic. We just have a computer in our brain that gives us the human function, but our bodies are, not much different than that deer or that horse or that cow or that chicken. They're instinctually going to try and survive and look for those 60 minerals. So this is how eating disorders happen and such.
Yeah, really. I remember even on Animal Planet, they were saying like basically herbivores they notice that are closer to human civilization, they tend to eat like omnivores more because they don't get any salt in anything because everything's deficient,
Yeah.
And I just found that interesting. So it's like everybody at the end of the day craves salt, and
It's essential.
we're trying to restrict it.
Yeah, and the medical monopoly has been fed the narrative to tell us not to consume salt. Yet, if you go to the emergency room, they stick it in right in.
Yeah.
Have this saline. Here, let me get the salt into you. But doc, you said don't eat salt back at the office. Oh, I don't know. It's the protocol around here. What do I know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember feeling so much better when I first got my IV drip.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dang. I thought they they were administering some type of drug or something. I was like, wow. Like, what are y'all putting in me? It was just saline. Mm-hmm. Like saline was what I needed just to get up and walk. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and we get so many people turning their health around just by the salt that we recommend to them,
Mm.
So
Mm. So, Karen, I wanted to see if you had any issues when you first started out the program. Did you have any issues with like cravings or pica, munchies, anything like that?
Well, I've always had issues with that
Really?
throughout my life. Oh, yeah. Sugar was my vice. It would be something that was my go-to all the time. And then those evil triangles, the chips.
The evil triangles.
I really had a hard time dropping those.
Mm.
They just were, I mean, they're crunchy and
Salty.
salty and at
And
the
you
time satisfying,
and you
you
get
know?
to chew and think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think the other part of it too, especially, well, I think it's habitual. I
Mm.
mean, people are in a position where maybe they're avoiding something and it becomes an activity to eat these forbidden foods, these processed foods.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a comfort thing. I mean, everybody talks about the 3 p.m. chocolate craving or that pick me up because they're feeling tired in the afternoon. And so
Right.
they revert to food.
Right.
Mm. Well, I feel like also it's because they're already ready, like they're prepared. You know, if you want some cookies or chips or soda, it's already there. You don't have to do any work. You don't have to cook. You don't have to go anywhere. And so I feel like a good way around it is if, well, this is what I did. I just started making like meal prepping, you know, and when I did get those cravings and I didn't want to eat my meal prep, I knew that I actually wasn't hungry. It was boredom.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what a lot of people just fall into. They fall into, again, like I said before, it's just that dopamine rush of eating. You're like, oh yeah, let me get some of them chips
Mhm.
and watching a movie or something, you know.
Yeah, and then people become overweight because they're putting more calories in than they need.
Yeah.
And
Because
there
you
go.
don't even, you're not even conscious of it because you're watching something, right?
Oh yeah, it's like if you're not paying attention and you're not, all of a sudden you just put down 3,500 calories in a day,
Mm.
and you're not a professional athlete, so that's not a good idea. Maybe LeBron James needs 3,500
Yeah.
calories. I don't know. He probably needs 4,000 calories
Yeah.
to supply that demand of athleticism
Hmm.
on a 6'9" frame. But you know, you're a 5'2" woman and you're putting down 3,500 calories a day. Well, guess what's going to happen? Boom.
Boom is right. Well, the thing about it too is the convenience of the packaged food, the
Mm.
processed food.
Hmm.
If you sit down with a small bag of chips or you sit down with a big bag of chips and you're on the couch, that bag of chips is going to disappear. And a lot of times people they're not conscious of portion size.
Yeah.
So that's where things really get kind of out of control.
Yeah, I agree. And also I feel like the nutrition menu, the nutritional facts is, it's just kind of misleading sometimes. You know, they'll add like the serving size and people will just look at that and say, like, oh yeah, like I can do that. 12 crackers for like what, 200 calories. But I don't know, it's something along those lines, but you always end up eating past that, or, you know, you just, some people just don't really look it over. You know what I mean? Um, I I just feel like everything is by design for you to overeat and overindulge. I wanted to quickly, before we go to our members, I wanted to see if Tamara had any like experience with overeating or anything along those lines when coming into the program.
I think she's a muncher.
Think wrong.
What was your munchie of choice back in the day?
I think because I didn't salt anything, it would be like every other month. I would be eating everything in my cart would be healthy, right?
Mm.
And then so there would be that one time at Trader Joe's where I'd grab that sea salt and vinegar chips, and then the cart was like this. It was like they were gone in 5 minutes.
Mm.
In the car.
In the car on the way home, like I couldn't get enough. It was like, all over me.
You're licking your fingers and everything.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, but it was like to the point where it's like, I'm so conscious. And then it's just that moment. And it was just like moment of weakness. And it took 5 minutes to finish the whole bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do it very often because I did have self-control, but that was kind of the sea salt and vinegar chips were kind of my go-to in those moments.
Yeah.
Was that when you were vegan?
She was vegan for almost 20 years. So
Yeah.
and that's a thing with vegans too. There's
Salt
no bigger abuser of junk food than a vegan.
Yeah.
Because they're really looking for minerals.
Mm.
And
I was very mindful, but again, there was like thinking that you're so healthy and being a good vegan that doesn't do that. I still had weight issues,
Yeah.
My body was holding on, and then I just started spiraling very quickly.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. And you got so much vegan junk food options out there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, the other thing I have to say is those plant-based butters, I also did those. So when I first changed my diet, I had free radical damage all over my skin, like on my legs, like, those H spots.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're finally starting to go away. It was all the seed oils that I was having with those butters.
Yeah, wow.
Like if I made a stir fry or something with quinoa or whatever, it was like all that vegan butter.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you're with us now and all better.
Karen,
I'd be dead. Karen, I wanted to see what our members were saying. If you have any comments or questions from them.
Sure. So Deb was saying for Halloween, which that holiday is just a few days away, the one promotes lots of candy consumption. She says, I always make sure to buy treats I don't like.
That's smart.
Yeah, or you end up eating it yourself.
And my strategy is to buy it the day of the event. So that way it's not in the house very long.
Yeah. Halloween is a very strange holiday. And it's once the Sunlight Sunny and Friends franchise comes out, that's something we're really going to go after.
Yeah.
And try to create a healthy Halloween option. So.
It's terrible. I remember the day after Halloween at school, kids would just have pockets of candy.
Yeah.
And just trash everywhere. They'd be trading candies.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And the teachers would be giving more candies,
Yeah.
It was
it's like you're teaching kids how to be drug dealers.
yeah. No. I remember
I got what you need. I got what you need.
No, yeah.
I got that almond joy. What do you got?
For like
Snickers.
a project they would have that. And in 5th grade we had what's called chocolate day. All we ate was chocolate. It was so bad kids were throwing up because they were eating too much chocolate.
Wow.
Like we would go to different stations and get different chocolates, and the class would bring in chocolate meals and stuff like that, like it was Thanksgiving, like Friendsgiving or something. And I remember feeling so sick after that. Like all the kids were sick by the end of the day because they were just constantly eating chocolate, nothing else.
Wow.
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but anyways, any more comments or questions, Karen?
Lori was saying masa chips she uses occasionally for chips. They are pricey, but cooked in beef tallow, sea salt, and organic salt.
Oh, she's always bringing up those chips.
Masa chips.
I know.
And we still haven't shelled out our retirement funds to buy any.
Like $14 bags.
And Mike was asking, what about dark chocolate? The 70%, is it cacao chocolate?
Yeah. Yeah, it can be good, but it's high calories, so you just got to make sure you're not putting it down. And of course, you got to make sure that there's no oils in there too.
Mm.
And then Nancy's asking, what is a good snack?
None. No snack. I mean, I use Lara bars as almost like a supplemental thing. Like,
Mm.
there's Lara bars everywhere because you just never know when you get stuck in a situation where you just need to get your blood sugar up
Yeah.
because, you worked an hour later than normal and you missed your lunch or whatever and you just need something. But no, I think that, I would like for my people to just eat 3 times a day or 2 times a day. No snack.
Yeah.
Well, the advantage of that too is once you completely eliminate the poor four foods, there's no more filler foods. So the weight just comes off and it stays off because you don't have that excess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
So
want to
one
come
other
out with
thing
my
I
own
wanted
Lara
to,
bars.
You got to.
Go ahead. Sorry, Karen.
the one other thing I wanted to share was
We
when
need
I
it.
was a
Sorry.
when I was a child, one of my neighbors, my childhood friends, she would eat dog food regularly.
Wow.
And I just thought that was really weird. I want to say we were probably 9 years old.
So that's interesting because dog food has a lot of nutrition in it.
Yeah.
Why? Because they supplement it. So if you look at the back of dog food, you'll see there's more nutrition in dog food than there is in human food.
Yeah.
That's how you get these dogs that live till they're 15, 16 years old. So your friend, 80 years ago when you were a kid,
80 years ago,
she was just instinctually looking for nutrition. I already got Tamara with a zinger, so I had to even it out.
oh my gosh. 80. I'm looking pretty good for being 80, I'll
You're-
tell you.
You are. You're good.
So the other thing I wanted to bring up, one of my friends, her daughter, when she was a baby, probably just 2 months old, was gnawing on the windowsill, the paint off the windowsill.
That's pica.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And sadly, to this day, that individual still has gut issues.
Mm. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that need minerals, and if you want to go down the rabbit hole even more, then we can start talking about serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
We can start talking about guys like Jeffrey Dahmer who actually ate people. All right, this is sort of a form of pica. I mean, it's probably a big blood sugar issue there too. But, and then if you go to animals too, like, I mean, what does an animal eat and another animal once they catch them? A carnivore. They don't eat the muscle.
Mm.
They typically go right for the liver. So if you've ever seen an orca attack a humpback whale or something, and you can go to YouTube University for that after this show, and you'll see they're going for that liver. You might even see a shark or a whale wash up on the ocean, or wash up on the beach rather, and it's dead, but there's a big hole on the side because another hunter and carnivore took his liver out. So why? Because there's a lot of nutrition in that liver.
Mm.
A lot of fat soluble vitamins in there. Copper, zinc. Now, when you understand nutrition, you start looking at the world very differently. Once you understand that all animals are looking for 90 essential nutrients, and they will kill you to get it.
Yeah.
Okay? And if a human being has some psychological issues and perhaps a blood sugar issue, they can resort to things like killing other humans or eating other humans. And I think this is where the vampire myth comes from. Talking about Halloween. What do vampires do in the movies?
Yeah, drink blood.
They drink blood. What's in blood?
Nutrients.
Nutrients. Okay. All right. We're on to something here. So, just food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
Blood for thought.
Anything else, Karen?
So what about people that get hangry in the morning? Like they're getting up and they can't function until they have food.
It's probably a blood sugar issue
Mm.
because I'm not that way. I don't eat my first meal until 10-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Were you ever that way before?
No, breakfast is not necessarily the most important meal of the day. Blood sugar does crazy things when you got sugar floating through your blood. All these angry people, all these so-called bipolar people. Blood sugar. Blood sugar, blood sugar, blood sugar.
Interesting.
Nancy's asking, is fruit okay to eat?
As long as you can handle sugar, yeah. But you need the proper nutrition in order to process sugar. So, that's the beauty of our analysis and seeing what that blood sugar category comes out to.
Yeah. Finding out your root causes.
That's right.
Because overall, overeating and pica can come from multiple sources. Like you said, blood sugar is one. I assume that, there's other sources
Yeah.
that it can come from.
Yeah.
And it's all because of minerals. It's interesting. Anything else, Karen?
Yeah, Carol's asking, the liver's a filter. Is it okay to eat liver nowadays?
Yeah. Some people aren't ready for it, depending. Like if you have bad kidneys, you might not want to eat it. But generally speaking, yeah, liver's good. And it's not something you want to eat every day. It's that powerful. It's like a treat. Not taste-wise, but nutrition-wise. Doesn't taste that great. That's like the saying, what am I, chopped liver?
Yeah.
Right? What am I, chopped liver to you? Because nobody wants liver. It doesn't taste like a ribeye.
I heard someone comment, or I saw someone comment that they wanted to hear Levi's story on overeating.
Overeating? I did have a history with it, but yeah, I found that as soon as I started the supplement program, it went away. Like it was pretty quick.
How long would you say it took to go away?
Honestly, within the first month.
Wow.
I mean, like as soon as, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Pretty cool. What more do you need? You need
So
the 90.
inquiring minds want to know, Levi, we need to ask you about liver. Will you eat liver?
Jeez, I'm talking a lot now.
Levi's a vampire. That's why he's not on camera.
I would make a sound, but I don't know what they make. Like a bat sound. I don't know. Yeah, liver's no, yeah, I bought liver not too long ago, but it's I don't know. I think I like the taste of it.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
I mean, you just gotta salt it. I mean,
Just gotta
come on.
salt it.
But yeah, I just bought a big. You just go to like a butcher, and they'll just give you a big chunk of it,
Yeah, they're not expensive, really.
and then you got to chop it up yourself and whatnot.
Chopped
Kind of
liver.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. All right, Karen, anything else?
Denise is saying that when she used to work in an office, she used to be a gum chewer, but whenever anybody would bake goods that they brought from home during snack break, PM break, any kind of break, we would go to the Roach Coach and have big bagels, huge blueberry muffins, etc. And on my days off, I would crave that.
Mm-hmm.
Roach Coach.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of that.
And you can associate things too.
Mm.
Like when I was younger, I used to watch Monday Night Raw, right? And I would have nachos and cheese every Monday. When I look back on it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like a whole bag of
Mm.
nachos, Tostitos, whatever they're called, cheese, sour cream, the whole 9 yards, every single Monday. And then when I stopped, every time that show came on,
You would
I
think,
wanted
oh,
nachos.
nachos. I haven't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Dang. Yeah.
Thinking back on it, oh my gosh, Kevin, it was a Monday. Wait till the weekend. What are you doing? What was your stomach like at school on Tuesdays? My gosh,
Yeah. Jeez.
that's a 2,500 calories right there. It's got to be.
I remember Burger King used to do this thing when I was in college. Me and my roommate, we used to walk to Burger King at like 11 and get their 20-piece chicken nugget for $1.49 and some fries and a drink, and go back home and eat it all. And I remember every night, that was close to when I got sick, but every night I would wake up in the middle of the night with reflux.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yep.
Absolutely terrible.
I used to put down at those fast food joints
Oh my gosh.
$5. $5 will get you 5,000 calories.
Easy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Wow.
One of our newer members, Marcy's saying, I was gaining weight for not eating enough, and she was stalling her metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it happens.
So, Dr. Reese,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So before we have more questions from the group or go to the socials, there's been a lot going on this month in October because everybody's trying to get in before the end of the month because of our $55 a month membership.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I know my schedule's booked. The other coaches' schedules are really booked, and it's going to be hard to get to everybody by the end of the month. Would you consider next month is Thanksgiving?
Mm.
Would you consider letting people be thankful for getting one more month for $55 a month? Would you consider doing that offer?
Heck no.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get to everybody.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
I don't see
You
why not.
made a lot of people happy.
Wow.
We could do one more month
Okay.
because we really do have to bring the cost up. I think this membership is, I mean, we just saw another membership recently that was the same price and they didn't even have half of what we have. So it's, I mean, we're really kicking ourselves in the butt here. So, but we can do another month. call drreese.com and take advantage of it.
Yes, please. Another month. Wow. That's
incredible.
Cindy. Yeah. Wow.
World Wide Web
Dot.
call Dr. Reese
Dot.
computer.
Commercial.
No, it's computer.
I think it's commercial. I don't know.
I thought it was company.
Okay. Well.
Oh, wow. I think I got my money on company now.
No, I think I still got my money on commercial. How about you, Levi? You with me?
Yeah.
Woo!
Cindy said, we have answered her prayer. Thank you so much for extending it. Now her son can get in. He's been
Wow.
trying ducks in a row.
But you got to get that analysis first.
Mhm.
Everyone needs their analysis head to toe so that we can see the root causes of what's going on. You know, you need to walk away with your symptom score. You need to know what your symptom score is.
Mhm.
I did 2 yesterday, very different. I evaluated this woman who was almost 70 years old, and she had a 3. A 3 out of 60, which is outstanding.
Yeah.
But her posture was off, and so hopefully she'll get into the membership and she'll be able to work on that.
Mm.
I evaluated another woman who was, if I'm not mistaken, a 26. So she's on the verge of being a hot mess. So she needs help. So this is why the analysis is so important. Get the analysis. It is mandatory for this membership because we want people coming in serious. We want people knowing what their symptom score is.
Yeah.
So that you can evaluate yourself. So that 6 months in, you can go, all right, what's my symptom score? I came in with a 26. Oh, now it's a 20. Okay, I'm getting better. Yeah.
I feel like that's how people fall off of health journeys anyways, because they get so far in, but they don't know how far they've come.
Yeah.
They don't have any foundation
No
to base it
measurement.
off of. Yeah.
They're so used to blood labs and scans.
And those change within the day.
Yeah. A mammogram ain't going to tell you if you're getting better.
No.
These mammograms, these colonoscopies, all these weird tests that the medical monopoly has invented to scare you and make money on their machines. And I just wrote that chapter.
Yeah.
I just wrote that chapter, so
Wow.
it's fresh in my mind.
Anything else in the members room, Karen?
No. Well, we've got quite a bit there. However, before we go on, I wanted to just mention about the analysis. I've had several calls with people or people messaging me asking more details about the analysis. So when you do sign up for the analysis, just know that we give you all the instructions. Once you hit that purchase button, we give you all the instructions on how to prepare to do it. It takes roughly maybe 30 minutes or so, but it'll talk to you about what's the best way to dress, what is the best way to take the photos, and how to submit that information. There's about 60 questions there, and then there's also areas where you can put in if you've had any surgeries or if you've had any organs removed or if there's any additional information you want Dr. Reese to know about your situation. There's open fields in the analysis process. So we've got it all covered for you. You just need to submit the information to us and we'll button it up and get it over onto Dr. Reese's desk so he can make that video for you.
Yeah, and the photos are so important, and some people just don't take good photos for some reason. So sometimes we have to ask them to do it again. But, you know, you just got to get a little vulnerable in order for me to see everything, you know. But the more I can see, the more I can evaluate.
This is your health. It's your health. If you take the photos, like a good rule of thumb, if you take the photos and you zoom into your feet and it's blurry, then that's what Dr. Reese sees, and he can't evaluate anything if he zooms in. If it's
Yeah, when I zoom
blurry.
in on those dogs, I don't want to see blurry.
Yeah.
I want to see everything. I want to see
HD.
I want to see those beautiful hammer toes. I want to see if the feet are flat. I want to see if there's a high arch. I want to see if there's a bunion on the hallucis or on the other side, which is a tailor's bunion. I want to see if there is spots on the nails,
Mm-hmm.
things like this. And if the photos are low resolution, it's just blurry.
And most of you guys have settings where if you go to the camera settings, you'll be able to change your camera resolution to a higher one, or you can do it directly from the camera. So just make sure you're getting good photos, because this is your analysis, you know. So you want to make sure it's a good analysis, and Dr. Reese can see everything, so he can bring up things to you that you don't see, like you wouldn't see unless a trained eye has revealed it for you. Before we go over to the socials,
Yeah, Tamara's just
I know.
waiting for us
I'm
over
trying,
here.
Tamara. Is there anything else? Any other questions from the members?
Yeah, there's quite a bit here today. Kim is in the Zoom room, and she was saying she's on the 120. She's eating 2 meals a day, and she's struggling to eat all the food that my body is so used to because of the carbs. I get so full now. Her sugar cravings have totally gone. They're totally gone now.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice job. Keep it up. Yeah, and for all our members that are doing the 120, definitely every week update Karen. Tell what day are you on, you know?
Yeah.
You're on day 46 or you're on day 75 or what have you, and just let us know the days that you're on and the results that you're having.
Absolutely.
That's how you jumpstart your head to toe healing journey right there.
Mm-hmm. Anything
So
else?
we do have one of our members in the Zoom room, and he has stayed up super late. It's about 11 o'clock in his area. He's in Portugal. Mike, are you in the room? I was hoping he would come on and share. Actually, I was talking to him the other day, and he's been with us for a little while. And he knows.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
Oh, great.
Hello.
I'm just going to give Dr. Reese a
Bom
little
dia.
snippet of what's going on, and then if you could share a little bit more, that'd be great. So he shared with me he has
Yeah.
no more headaches.
Cool.
He's feeling good. His hip pain has reduced. And last year he used to use a cane and he was limping. And look at him. He's on screen right now, walking around.
Wow.
Yeah. I think this is the best thing. This membership it's just so much fun. What can I say?
So you used to walk with a cane, but you're not right now.
Well, about a year ago, I had like a severe hip, arthritis, just really bad. And I was using a stick, yeah. And then now, a bit of postural therapy, good nutrition, good sleep every now and then. It brings it all together. I've been doing this kind of stuff for 12 years, juice fasting, vegan, all that kind of stuff. And I came membership. What can you say? It's so much fun.
Wow.
And it gives you the motivation to stay off that gluten, to stay off, when you go out and you see gluten stuff and junk food everywhere, to have people around to help you, because I got my family saying, go and get it done, get your hip done, blah, blah, blah. Like, who wants to do that? So I think this is the support. This is the support you get. I've signed up for other hip people, and you just get a manual on, I never do to have live therapy And people to call and people to speak to and listen to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just gives you the
That's
psychologically. It's so much. It's fantastic, and thanks for it, because it's just I'm enjoying it.
that's great to hear. Thank you so much for sharing with us. You're just gonna keep getting better too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope so. Hope so. And when I did that postural therapy, the postural photos, it was a shocking to me when I took those photos. I'm like, am I really standing like that? I mean, I think I'm standing straight, and I had to take the picture 3 times, and it's like, I'm like, so just to do that for someone
so
to take their own.
when I did your analysis, it was very eye-opening for you.
It was eye-opening for me just taking the pictures, It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, you did point out some things that I didn't see, and it's true. But my femur was rotated, and I know when I've seen myself running in video, I was thinking, why is my left leg taking an outside route where my right leg was going straight up and down,
Yeah.
and it's probably because everything's off in that. And that's where most of my issues are, is in the left side. But yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
what that's.
All right,
That's my 2 pence.
2 pence. All right, well, keep up the good work and keep updating us every month or so.
Yeah, we'll do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying up.
All the way in Portugal.
I know, right? Absolutely.
And it's funny because one of the biggest questions that we get on social media is, where are you located?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It doesn't matter where we're located.
At all.
The game has changed. This man is from Portugal.
Yeah.
We're in Hartford, Connecticut,
Mm-hmm.
USA, Portugal, Hartford, Connecticut, USA, Portugal, Hartford, Connecticut, USA. You know what I mean? Like, people gotta wake up to this new phenomenon. Wake up to this new style of healthcare.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got people in our building that'll keep. Oh, we'll send people up your way, and it's like, you don't get it, do you?
If you want to send someone our way, you tell them to call drreese.com.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Just go to that website and schedule a phone call.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome. Karen.
I think we need to pop over to socials and talk to Tamara.
Yeah, Tamara's got like 3 minutes here.
Okay. Tamara, what's going on in the socials?
Looks like there's a lot of newbies that are asking questions. We get a lot of one question that keeps popping up is, they're coming new. So, Dr. Reese, do you actually see patients? Is a question that keeps getting asked.
Nope.
We're virtual.
Completely.
And let's see. Someone is asking, I've heard that eggs feed viruses. What's your view on eggs?
I have 4 to 6 every morning.
And do you feel that feeds viruses?
No. I'm doing all right as far as I know.
I mean, they're healthy, so why wouldn't it?
Well, I think there's a lot of people, myself included, that thought eggs were bad for you for so many years. So I think people are waking up.
Well, the health of the chicken will reflect the health of the egg too,
That makes sense.
Yeah, the quality matters.
Does. Someone's asking, I guess they're vegetarian. Why would a vegetarian diet be deficient in vitamin A?
Because vegetarians typically don't eat enough fat. And I mean, meat is pure fat soluble vitamins, So, vitamin A. I mean, there's only so many carrots you can have.
Yeah.
How do you feel about tripe?
It's a good name for a dog.
Okay.
I don't really have an opinion on tripe, except for it's a good name for a dog.
Everything's a good name for a dog.
I know.
Tripey.
Someone made a comment that they love to smell paper, and they're wondering, could that have something to do with like a nutritional deficiency?
I'll throw that in the maybe column.
Or they just like the smell of paper?
Yeah.
I mean, when I walk into a bookstore or a library, I love that smell.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay. Someone's asking, why do they get anxiety when they eat?
Well, maybe there's some programming in the subconscious mind of bad things about food or bad memories.
And then the topic of coffee has come up again. Someone's asking, is there a good coffee for someone with acid reflux?
I don't know enough about coffee to answer that, but I would just say get rid of the acid reflux, which we do in our membership all the time.
You need waffy, not coffee.
Yeah.
Waffy.
Well, yeah, coffee's gonna deplete those electrolytes, so probably don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
This person's soul is saying it's kind of hard to understand. They don't eat meat because of parasites, but does other food besides meat have parasites?
Parasites aren't a factor. That's just a narrative.
Okay. And they also want to know, do you believe that we get white hair from parasites living in our brain and face?
No. You're watching horror movies.
Okay. What do you think about the carnivore diet?
I think it can be good for 60 to 90 days. Good restart, lose some weight, get a bunch of nutrition. But I wouldn't do it long term.
Okay. Let's see here. What butter do you recommend?
Organic grass fed if you can find it. I like Amish butter too. Those big rolls. It's like a little football. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Someone's saying my grandma is 99 years old, and she still walks okay. She's barely sick all her life, but I guess the mom took her to the doctor because her foot gets swollen. So her doctor said to not give her any sodium and no salt. Is the salt or sodium making her foot swell?
No, of course not. It's probably the kidney is struggling and circulation is struggling.
Gastritis. Can chronic gastritis be reversed?
Chronic anything can be reversed. If you weren't born with it, it's not yours.
Call drreese.com.
Were you born with gastritis? I doubt it.
Dr. Reese, I asked you about chronic hives, and you said it might be a blood sugar issue. Should I go to the doctor for blood to be checked? Thank you.
It's hard to say because there's no such thing as going to a doctor to get checked unless you think you have an infection or something. What are they going to check? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a very advantageous decision. You just get healthy from head to toe.
Do you feel that vegetarians should go back to eating meat?
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with meat. There's never been anything wrong with meat. You're alive right now because of meat. Your ancestors cuddled around a fire, cooking something that they caught. And now you're getting extra minerals. And all of a sudden your brain grew. like, why wouldn't you? The only reason would be the narrative of not wanting to harm animals. But trust me, the animal will harm you. So it's just survival. It's just the way it's set up.
Is there anything one can do when one leg is shorter than the other?
Typically, there's no such thing. Typically, it just means that the pelvis is elevated on one side, which is something that I would identify in a analysis. If you did a head-to-toe analysis, we would see that. And once it's identified, you'll realize that one leg is not longer than the other. But if you go to the medical monopoly who doesn't understand head-to-toe healing, they're going to tell you one leg is longer than the other because they're not trained to heal you.
My husband got a heart attack last year and his blood sugar is really high. How can I treat him naturally?
You can't. You have to break his limited beliefs and get him to understand head-to-toe healing. There is no treatment. Treatment doesn't work. If you can't shift your mindset, you're already done.
Mm-hmm.
You're already dead in the water anyway.
What could be done for tinnitus?
We work with tinnitus all the time. We have testimonials of people who have gotten rid of tinnitus. So you get your analysis, find out all your root causes, then you enter the membership and you start working on it. That's what you do. If you think that I can say something to you over this microphone that's going to give you the answer, you're mistaken.
Someone's saying no one wants to talk about HIV, but can someone heal HIV with nutrition?
Well, HIV is a very controversial topic. It was spun as an infection, like a permanent infection. And, you got guys like Magic Johnson, shook up the world. I remember that clear as day. It was 30-something years ago now, I'd say. 35 years ago. And he's still around. He's still Magic Johnson. So I don't know. I really don't know. We don't get HIV or AIDS people coming through our door. But the approach would be the same. Get healthy from head to toe.
Yeah.
Getting healthy from head to toe is the answer to everything. And it's going to take another 100 years to make people understand that. So, Levi, play this video when I'm gone. And then somebody needs to play it again when you're gone. Head to toe healing is the answer. Over and over and over and over and over again. Your body knows how to heal itself. If you put it back into alignment and where it's supposed to be, then the divine structure that we have will do its work. That's head to toe healing. The medical doctors can't save you unless you have an emergency, a broken bone, or an infection. If you have chronic symptoms, they cannot save you. They don't know how to heal you. They only know how to stabilize you and make you into a repeated customer.
Well said. Guess what?
It's that time.
It's that time.
Call drreese.com. Get on the phone with Coach Sean or Coach Tamra or Coach Karen. Call drreese.com. Watch the web class. Educate yourself on what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
We have the most testimonials on video ever. That should be enough. That really should be enough.
Absolutely.
Go watch them. You know, it's like,
Yeah, they're on the website.
so.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode. We appreciate and love you guys all. And we'll see you next time. Episode 123. Peace.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.